How's everyone holding up? It's been a crazy week, huh? For sure. So I've learned a bunch. Oh, first, let me just say Mom's doing good. Um, she's got a lot of health problems and has had for a long time. Uh, but she's doing good. And, praise God for that. She's strong. But she's also made her peace, too. So, when that day does come, our hearts, you never are really prepared, but you always, after a certain time, you just got to start thinking about that type of a thing. Anyways, so I had some really strange stuff happen to me this week. Taught me a lot about myself. So the night that my mom had the heart attack, I took her into the hospital, and really kind of late in the evening, I went back to her place to get her some comfort items and grab her phone and whatever. The door was locked. She lives in an assisted living place, sort of. She has her own apartment, but it's connected to other apartments and stuff. But the door leading into the interior of the building was locked. And I was grabbing her stuff, and all of a sudden the door opens, and it startled the crap out of me. It was her neighbor, her friend, and she was just coming over to do some cleaning for her and stuff like that. And I felt suspicious inside, and it's really strange that I felt that way. I had a conversation with her, and she could tell that I felt that way. And so she was explaining, over explaining and stuff. And I was kind, and everything went and got in my car, and I sat there for a minute, and it was weird. It was such a heavy feeling. It's like, what is this? So I prayed, and I said, what is this? Why am I feeling this? My mom had given her a key, and I know, like the way my parents always were, if you have a key to their house, then everything in their house belongs to you. You can't steal from them. It's just a weird thing that I felt that way. So I'm sitting in the car, and I'm like, what is this in me? Why am I feeling like this? I just didn't get it. And I went back in my mind and remembered sitting down with my dad and him explaining to me, that the reason why people didn't steal from him, even if somebody broke off his handle of his door and barged into his house by accident, they must have really needed whatever. He did have a shotgun in the bedroom, so if you went too far, there was a problem. But, he was a different kind of man. He had some different ways of thinking than a lot of other folks do these days. So that's, my struggle came from knowing and understanding that that's how my parents were, and who would I be to feel suspicious of something my mom had done with a friend. Anyway, so I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about it, and the Father tells me, can you find me in it? And I'm like, no, I can't. And then he says, then reject it. It's that simple, reject it. So I rejected it. And then I spent some time with her over the last couple of days, and her neighbor, and man, I just felt like really edifying her and building her up and showing her my appreciation for her checking up on my mom. And this woman really needed, I think, to hear those things. Maybe she had been treated suspiciously all of her life when she tried to help. I don't know. But in my surprise, I was taken off guard. And I found myself being surprised and taken off guard a lot this week. And, when that happens to me, one way that I like to deal with it is I just kind of step back from the whole situation all the way around. And I kind of just look and I remember that we're all in this together. We're all broken people. And so when somebody does something that startles me, I pray about it. And I'm not going to just rush out and condemn my mom's neighbor for she hadn't even really done anything wrong. And if she had taken something, then it would have just been hers because it wasn't like a thing. So it's kind of cool that I was able to see that before I made an ass out of myself, Just kind of, it's a little thing sometimes that I'm so grateful for. Anyway, some other really cool stuff happened over the time that my mom has been kind of downish. Today's her birthday, by the way. Happy birthday, Mom. I know you're watching. Do my eyebrows look okay this time? I tried really hard. Anyways, I love you guys, and I'll make this other video. I've got to do some editing because I'll tell you what it's about, though. It's my daughter has a friend, my oldest daughter. She's 17, pregnant, whatever. She's is what it is. But she has a friend who I met last year when they graduated high school. And she had opened up to me that a lot of these kids in high school and junior high open up to me. A lot of them have been through some really tough stuff. And this one in particular, man, oh man, this kid's been through some stuff. Let me tell you. I was sitting there watching television with my mom because that's what she likes to do. And we were watching Dateline NBC. And I recognized the picture of the person on that as my daughter's friend's father. And so I just kind of sat through it and watched this, and looking at it from the perspective that I was seeing it at was just, it was just tragic all the way around, But I got to see the after effects because now it's like 10 years later. It was one of those old episodes or something. And I'm looking at it and I can see the impact of everything that happened there and the people that got missed. And it's incredible. Hindsight is pretty incredible, huh? And looking at it from a completely different perspective it gives you a whole new way of looking at stuff. So anyways, probably just a bunch of rambling. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you again real soon. Bye.